I think OKC should still be favoured simply because they've been here before. But I'm going to say Spurs in 7. This is the closest thing to a real...
OKC in 7, bro. Hey, fix that, bro. It's Spurs in 7. I mean, whoa. It is OKC in 7, okay? No, I don't got the Spurs winning, bro. It is OKC in 7.
I did not put a parlay up.
Everything you need to know before Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs face off in the Eastern Conference Finals, man. Shout out to Hoop Central for this video. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I have my Thunder winning in either 6 or 7. You know what I'm saying? So we really just gonna see who's gonna win this. And I ain't gonna lie, I just still got my Thunder winning. I ain't gonna lie. Even though they did beat us in the regular season, but at the same time, bro, I don't think they're gonna win. Like, base members, let me know in the comments who y'all got win this series and y'all think is J-Dub is coming back. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys join amazing members. Finna get straight into this video, man. You already know. Shout out to Hoop Central for this video. And let's get it. We finna really see.
So here we are, the series everyone's been waiting for.
The words conference finals just seem surreal right now. It's like something I heard my whole life, and now we're in it. It's kind of unreal. But at the end of the day, it's just basketball. We know what we gotta do.
And what we're about to watch over the next 2 weeks.
And I ain't gonna lie, I forgot to even mention, shout out to my boy Shay for having a double, having a back-to-back MVP season, averaging 31 points a game, man. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. We never know what Wemby finna pull out his ass, man, because he was training with the Monks last summer, bro, so we really finna see, man.
Is almost certainly the first playoff chapter of the NBA's biggest future rivalry. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander versus Victor Wembanyama. The reigning MVP versus the alien. Oklahoma City versus San Antonio. The #1 seed versus the #2 seed. The 64-win machine that just went 8-0 through 2 rounds versus the team that's beaten them 4 times already this season. For the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to be talking about these 2 franchises, comparing rings, finals appearances, MVPs, who got the better of who in the playoffs.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. If Cooper Flag wasn't putting up great stats, bro, Dylan Harper, he should have won Rookie of the Year. I'm not gonna lie, because Dylan Harper, I'm not gonna lie, bro. This nigga's been hooping, bro. As a rookie, this nigga's nice. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He's definitely a superstar caliber player in the near future. Not right now, in the near future, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'll fuck with Dylan Harper, so I'm a wholeheartedly say that, and I wish the best for him.
And it all starts here in game 1.
Even though I'm a Thunder fan,
so
bro.
Before that opening tip,
nice.
You need to know exactly what you're walking into. The matchups, the hidden swing players, the injury that might...
And Nick talking about Shay's never got a block in his life. That's it! Come on! Give me that!
SGA has never blocked a shot in his career.
What? Are you crazy? Let's pull that clip back
exactly
again.
what you're walking into. The matchups, the hidden...
He just sent... Is that Jose Alvarado? He sent his shit.
Swing players,
no,
the injury that might quietly decide the whole thing. And the one frame to understand this entire series through. So here's my thesis. Oklahoma City is the machine, but San Antonio might be the one glitch the machine can't fix. Let's get into it.
No, you're not wrong, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. This nigga Chet was... I mean, I said Chet. This nigga fucking Wemby was making Chet look like a fucking bitch, dog. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm like, Chet has been hooping. Chet was hooping in the Lakers series, man. And I ain't gonna lie, gentleman sweep. I should have been reacting to the highlights, but I never got a chance to do that. I had some stuff going on, so I couldn't make any videos. But I'm gonna try to do the Spurs series. It's gonna be a little bit more interesting because this is gonna be like a tougher series. So we're really just gonna see. Oh yeah, 4-1. I said 3-1, bro.
Before we touch on a single matchup, we have to deal with the elephant in the room. Because depending on which talking heads you've been listening to, that 4-1 regular season record either means everything or it means absolutely nothing. The truth, as usual, is somewhere in the middle. So let me actually walk you through what happened. December 13th NBA Cup game in Oklahoma City. Spurs win 111-109 on the road. Tight game, came down to the wire. The kind of game where 1 or 2 possessions either way, and we might be having a different conversation. Then December 23rd in San Antonio, Spurs win 130-110, a 20-point home win against the team that's now 64-18. Not a fluke, not a tired OKC team on a back-to-back, a flat-out belt to the arse. 2 days later, Christmas Day, back in OKC. Spurs win 117-102, another 15-point road win. At this point, if you're OKC, you're realizing you've got a matchup problem. OKC finally got their lick back on January 13th. They won by 21 at home. The kind of game that reminds you that the Thunder are still the Thunder, and they can absolutely handle anyone when things click. Then February 4th, the rubber match. Spurs win by 10 at home, but OKC are pretty much missing their entire starting five. Series goes 4-1. So what do we make of that? Here's the thing. The 4-1 isn't a prediction. Anyone telling you it guarantees a Spurs series win is selling you something. The playoffs are a different sport. Coverage tightens, rotations shrink, and refs swallow their whistle, hopefully. And OKC absolutely...
Bro, we really gonna see, bro. I'm glad if the refs on our side, bro, we winning the series, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not surprised if it goes on to a game 7. And like I said, I got the OKC winning in 7. Like, I'm gonna still go for my team regardless. Like, I don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, Wemby could pull some shot his ass. Dylan Harper could be hooping, and Stephon Castle might be hooping. And I ain't gonna lie, it was so crazy. Nigga, De'Aaron Fox was cooking our ass. I ain't gonna lie, bro. And it's so crazy. I was talking to everybody about him. He needs to be traded because he's very inconsistent. But I don't know, bro, because we can stop him. We should be able to stop him, bro. The only person we really have is just Wemby, bro. That's the only person. Like, that's the only person we really need to stop. Like, we can contain the rest of everybody else. It's just the Wemby, the gang. And it's like, I know they play well as a team, though, too, bro. It's just going to be very interesting, bro. Like,
Lee has the talent and the structure to flip a regular season trend in 7 games. But the 4-1 isn't nothing either. What it tells us is that San Antonio has a blueprint that bothers this specific opponent. And the stat that tells the whole story is points in the paint. Every single one of those 5 games, the team that won outscored the other team in the paint. That's the entire identity of this matchup in one number. The whole series is going to be a fight over who controls the most valuable real estate on the floor, which is the painted area. Whoever wins that real estate will have a good chance at winning the series. The flip side here is that OKC's one win was a 21-point blowout, which means when they punch back, they punch hard. So the question isn't, did the Spurs prove they can win? Because they did. The question is, which version of those 5 games shows up in this series? That's the real story of it.
But I got the last game really shouldn't even count. We didn't even have none of our starters, bro. It was literally just bench guys playing against these niggas.
4-1. It's a coin that's been flipped, and both sides have landed face up. But here's the part the head-to-head record can't tell you about. The one matchup that everything else in this series flows downhill from.
That's what I'm saying. It's literally like...
I want you to forget the phrase, scorer versus shot blocker, for the next few minutes, because that framing is going to make you miss what's actually happening. This matchup is a fight over where the game is allowed to happen on the floor. SGA averaged 31 points per game in the regular season, and he did it on historically efficient 66.5% true shooting.
That's really
He shot
good.
55% from the field, drew
really
fouls
good.
at an elite rate, and basically broke every defense he played against all year long. Shea's whole game is built on angles. He gets to his floater, he pulls up in the mid-range where defenders can't contest without leaving their feet.
Shea got it.
He hesitates,
Shea probably got the best midi in the
defender
league.
for a half second, gets one shoulder pass, and now he's at the rim.
He remind me of like DeRozan's midi. I ain't gonna lie.
The 2 feet in the paint is the whole thing. Once Shea has paint touches, he either finishes, gets fouled, or finds a shooter. He's been doing this for 3 years and nobody has been able to solve it. Now bring in Wemby. Wemby averaged 3.1 blocks per game in the regular season and he's up to 4.2 in the playoffs. His block rate is 12.8%, which is a number that doesn't sound real until you watch the games. He's not just contesting shots, he's totally deterring them entirely. Guys see him and they pass.
I mean,
They
when
reset,
he's
they settle for a
7'5"
step
and he's
back
moving
they
like
didn't
that,
wanna
there's nothing
take.
you can really do.
So what happens when Shea's angle-based scoring runs into Wemby's geometry-breaking defense? That's the whole series. And here's what makes it so fascinating. Wemby doesn't have to block Shea's shot, he just has to force Shea to pass and make others beat them. So how does each side actually win this?
But I'm not gonna lie though, bro. I ain't gonna. Before he talks, I'm not gonna lie. For my prediction, if none of our shooters is hitting shots, bro, we're low key fried. I'm not gonna lie. If we can't buy a bucket, bro, it's cooks. I ain't gonna lie, because they're gonna double team Shea like the Lakers did. And if I ain't gonna lie, if none of us is hitting, we cooked. I ain't gonna lie. If AJ Mitchell not hooping, we cooked. But I ain't gonna lie. I will say this though. Like, they're gonna probably put Stephon Castle on Shea, and I can definitely see that happening. But then also, I will say this. I mean, Dylan Harper is a good defender too, so they could either switch that off. But I'm not going to lie. If we have J-Dub back, who's really going to, like, if we bring J-Dub back and he's another star, who's really going to guard? Who's going to guard J-Dub, or who's going to guard the other person? Because they really only have two good defenders. Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. I said Darius Garland. Bro, I just woke up, y'all. I'm tripping. De'Aaron Fox is not a defender. Julian Champagne is not a defender. And whoever else I can kind of give two shits about. So we should be fine. I'm not going to lie, bro. We should be straight. So it's just a matter of them double teaming. I'm not going to lie. They're going to double team Shea. And then we're going to have to just hope and pray niggas is in shots. I'm not going to lie, bro. That's really it, man. Shea going to still get his, but he's still going to get his 20 piece regardless. 20, 30 piece regardless. So, it's just a matter of everybody else hitting their shots. That's it.
But for OKC, the answer might be Chet Holmgren. Chet has to drag Wemby away from the paint. He has to be hitting pick and pop threes, attacking closeouts, trailing threes in transition, all of it. If Chet is a real shooting threat, Wemby has to step out. And now Shea and Mitchell have the runway they need to get into the paint. OKC shooters are part of this too. If guys like Dort, Wiggins, and McCain are knocking down threes,
exactly,
the Spurs
literally
can't keep.
But I ain't like Chet does gotta hit his threes, bro. Because like I said in the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Lakers video, and I was partially correct, bro. I told you Chet was gonna be hooping, bro. Chet first game had like 20 points. I'm not gonna lie. So I think he had like 24 and 11, but. Yeah, bro. Like, I ain't gonna have Jared McCain hooping, bro. Like, so we have so many pieces. So it's like, if everybody hitting, we G's. I ain't gonna lie. So it's just a matter of just seeing,
In the paint. I'm sure OKC will be looking to attack the rim into Wemby's body to try and get him into foul trouble early. The Hartenstein lineups are the gamble here. Hartenstein gives you screening and rebounding, but he doesn't space the floor. And against Wemby,
I wish he could
might
shoot
be the wrong trade-off. Quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Prize Picks, and the timing could not be better because the NBA playoffs are underway.
He do got a midi though. I'm not gonna lie. Isaiah Hartenstein does have a midi, so he's gonna have to step into that midi and shoot the ball. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. If he can develop a 3-point shot, which is probably not gonna happen, I mean, hey, we're low-key unstoppable because we need to have Wemby away from the paint as much as possible, bro. Because, I mean, I'm not going to lie. He's not slow, but, like, his lateral quickness isn't the fastest to get out to that three-point line. You know what I'm saying? Or to be out the three-point line and then run back to the paint, bro. He's not. No, hell no. There's no way, bro. So, we're really just going to have to see, man. That's really it, bro.
And if you know you can play the gap ball, Lockage ends more on the lineup of action. Picks answer is simpler dollars in lineups to play with. Let's eat. For San Antonio, the defensive answer is simpler but harder. Stay attached at the point of attack. Don't let Shea catch Wemby in rotation. If Fox dies on a screen or if Castle gets hung up, if Vassell loses his man, Wemby is suddenly sprinting from the weak side trying to recover. And that's the version of him that gets fouled or gets caught in the air. But if those guards fight over the top and force Shea into Wemby with momentum, Wemby gets to contest vertically. He gets to set his feet. He gets to be a problem in the way of the rim. That's the version of him that ends possessions. But here's where this matchup gets really interesting.
They got his back
because
turning.
The Spurs aren't just defending this series. They've got their own answer on the other end. Speed. This Spurs team has three guards who can break a defense down off the dribble. Fox is one of the fastest players in the league with the ball in his hands. Castle is 6'6" and gets to the rim through people. Harper is a downhill bull when he comes off the bench, so you're not facing one ball handler all night. You're facing wave after wave of guys whose first instinct is to attack the paint. And once they're in there, OKC has a real problem. Because if the help comes, the kick out is sitting right there. Champagne has been knocking down 45% of his threes in the playoffs.
He can shoot.
Vassell is a career 38% guy from deep. Wemby can pop out to the top of the key and make you guard him from 26 feet. So OKC's defense has to pick between letting the guards finish at the rim or rotating off shooters who are going to punish them. And then there's the transition game. The Spurs are one of the most dangerous fast break teams in the league when they get stops, because Fox is gone the second the ball changes hands, and Castle is filling the lane behind him. Every Wemby block, every OKC missed shot.
We got the prime Stephon Castle's jump shot though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. We can let that nigga shoot, bro. We can let him shoot. But I ain't gonna lie, bro. We can't let De'Aaron Fox keep getting fast break points, bro. Hell no. Can't let him do that, bro. That nigga is fast as hell. And Stephon Castle too, bro. We can leave him open from 3. He can shoot a prayer. That's fine. That's fine. But not Champagne, bro. Not Champagne. We can't let him shoot threes. I ain't gonna lie, bro, because that's 45%, bro. Yeah, that's I don't know about that. That's a little too close to 50%, bro. So we're gonna have to do something about that. I ain't gonna lie.
Every live ball turnover is a chance for San Antonio to score before the Thunder defense is even set. So the entire series, every possession, comes down to one equation. Can Shai keep getting to his spots, or does Wemby turn him into a guy who's settling for tough jumpers and kick-out passes? And on the other end, can OKC slow down San Antonio's 3-headed backcourt before the Spurs turn this into a paint and transition series the Thunder can't win? Whoever wins that question wins the series. But you'd be missing something if you stop there, because there's a player who might actually decide all of this, and he hasn't been on the floor in over 2 weeks. Jalen Williams.
Yep.
J-Dub missed 6 games with a grade 1 left hamstring strain. He told ESPN he's healthy entering this series. And look, players say they're healthy all the time.
My boy J-Dub coming back tomorrow. Hey, man, like I said, bro, if we got J-Dub back, bro, it's cooks. I'm not gonna lie. We have a way better chance. Let's hope he just stays healthy through the series, man. And he's good. So we really finna see, man.
Healthy is a word that does a lot of work. Healthy can mean 100%. Healthy can mean 75%, and I really want to play.
That's
so
really
what
true.
we have to watch for in game 1 is his first explosion off the dribble. That's the tell. If it's there, OKC has its full arsenal. If it's not, this series gets dramatically harder for them. Here's why that matters so much. OKC's machine doesn't work because Shai is unstoppable. OKC's machine works because Shai is the first option and J-Dub is a legit second engine.
Option.
Williams showed he can be a contributor in big playoff games last year. He's a 6-foot wing who can post mismatches, attack closeouts, defend 3 positions,
He don't even look that strong,
and run
but
his
he
own
just got
offense
he
when
needs
Shai
his
needs
body.
to breathe. He's the guy who lets Mark Dagnall stagger lineups so there's always a creator on the floor. If J-Dub is 100%, San Antonio has to pick a poison. Help on Shai and J-Dub punishes you off the ball. Stay attached to J-Dub and Shai is ISO balling against single coverage. That's the OKC dynasty in a sentence. If J-Dub is 75%, suddenly the Spurs can load every coverage towards Shai. Now they can stay attached to shooters, double the ball when they need to, and dare AJ Mitchell and Cason Wallace to beat them 4 times in 7 games. Mitchell has been a real bright spot.
I got AJ Mitchell been hooping though. He been hooping. So I mean, hey, you know it's hey, he's actually a low-key a legit 3rd option. I'm not gonna lie, or 4th because Chet Holmgren, I forgot. So hey, we really finna see, man. Like I said, it's so many variables in this series, bro. That's why I'm taking it to a game 7, bro, because there's so many variables. Like it's not just, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, bro, she has to score the ball every time. Like no, there's other people, bro.
He's averaging close to 19 points in the playoffs while J-Dub's been out. He's not a small story,
he's hooping.
But asking him to be the second creator for an entire conference finals against this Spurs defense is a different ask than punishing the Suns and Lakers.
Yeah.
Now flip the other side, because the Spurs have their own hidden weapon, Dylan Harper. Harper is leading every single bench player in playoff scoring right now. He's at 136 postseason points, on 55% from the floor, hitting 38% from 3. And the Spurs are a plus 73 with him on the court. That's a guy playing rotation minutes in a rookie's body. The poise on him has been the biggest surprise of the entire San Antonio playoff run. So when Fox needs a breather, when Castle is dealing with foul trouble, the Spurs aren't running an offense through their 3rd guard hoping to survive.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Harper
He is hooping,
shots,
gang.
he's getting to the rim, and he's hitting threes. And when you add 6th man of the year, Keldon Johnson, backup center Luke Korn.
I forgot all about him, bro. I forgot about Keldon Johnson, dog. I forgot all about this nigga, bro. Fuck. I forgot all about him, bro. Damn. We still winning though. It don't matter. He'll be alright. We can hold him. Just put Ludor on him. Just don't foul him. You know. We should be alright.
And feisty rookie Carter Bryant. San Antonio has something teams this
Luke
young aren't
Kornet's
supposed to
and
have,
Carter Bryant,
which is real bench depth that doesn't collapse when the starters sit. So here's where this series actually gets decided. Not in the Shai and Wemby matchup, even though that's the headline. The series gets decided by the other guys. We know Shea and Wemby are going to have an impact, but the depth battle will be huge. That's where the chess match really happens. Now, there's a stat that I think tells you everything about why this Spurs team is more dangerous than people think. OKC's defense forced opponents into 16.7 turnovers a game, second in the league. Their entire scheme is built on speeding teams up,
I can see Wemby turning over the ball too.
Turnovers, and converting them into transition
I can see him having
points.
like 3 or 4
now,
turnovers.
San Antonio is the youngest contender we've seen in years. By every data point, they should be the exact team that breaks against the pressure. Except they haven't. They went 4-1 against this defense. They beat Minnesota's pressure looks in the second round, including a 139-109 closeout in Game 6 on the road. The Spurs have 3 legit ball handlers in Fox, Castle, and Harper, plus Wemby as a release valve at the top of the key. They don't have one guy to pressure, they have multiple options. And on the flip side, OKC have Chet and Mitchell who've stepped up big time while J-Dub has been out. They have Jared McCain who can come off the bench and get hot and put up 12 to 15 points in 10 minutes. Plus, they have an army of elite defenders who'll be constantly pressuring the ball. And that's why this series is going to be war.
There's a lot of people you gotta watch for.
Here's the bottom line. And I want you to hold these 3 things in your head when Game 1 tips off. Number 1, the turnover battle. If OKC is forcing 18 plus a game and getting transition buckets, they have a good chance to take the series. If the Spurs are under 14 and getting into the half court with structure, forcing OKC to defend Wemby for 24 seconds, the math swings hard the other way. The turnover battle is the single most predictive stat for who's controlling the series.
Because I'm not gonna lie, this might sound crazy. I could low-key, I feel like Chet can low-key, keyword, low-key, can contain Wemby, bro. Like, one-on-one, I feel like he can low-key contain him, bro. Because Chet is healthy. Chet is not injured. Chet is healthy. And Chet's been hooping. I feel like Chet can low-key contain Wemby. And I'm not gonna lie. Hartenstein, we could low-key, because I'm not gonna lie, this might sound crazy. We could low-key put Hartenstein on Stephon Castle. I'm gonna tell you why. We can pray for Stephon Castle to make a 3. This nigga has a career high of 5 threes made in a game. That's only 15 points, which just seems like a lot. But like when you compare that to an average playoff game hitting over 100 points as a whole team, we're good, bro. We're good. We can low-key put Isaiah Hartenstein on Stephon Castle because we can send that to be our prayer. And if Wemby gets the ball, we can put Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein to double team. We can leave Stephon Castle open for 3, bro. I'm calling it, nigga. He can shoot, but he can barely shoot. This nigga has a C-3 in 2K. Even that has nothing to do with real life because it's an arcade game, but still, we can pray on his shot. We can pray, bro. We can pray. It's cool. It's cool. Let me know what y'all think, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Number 2, Wemby on defense. If he's at the rim, deterring everything, OKC has to become a jump shooting team.
Literally, bro.
If Chet is dragging him to the perimeter and OKC shooters are hitting 3s, suddenly Shea, J-Dub and Mitchell have driving lanes and the whole thing opens up. And the points in the paint number becomes the swing.
That's a
Number
tough
3
ass bucket.
is Jalen Williams' first step. First time he attacks off the bounce in Game 1, you're going to know. If it's there, OKC has its full machine. If it's not, this series might swing into the Spurs' favor.
I hope J-Dub is fully healthy, bro. I hope he's at least 85%,
OKC should still be favored simply because they've been here before. But I'm going to say Spurs in 7. This is the closest thing to a real
OKC in 7, bro. Hey, fix that, bro. Fix that, bro. It's Spurs in 7. I mean, whoa. It is OKC in 7, okay? No, I don't got the Spurs winning, bro. It is OKC in 7. I did not put a parlay up because we're not doing that.
Yes, the Thunder have faced all year. The Spurs have already beaten them 4 times. They have an alien who changes Shea's scoring math. They have a 3-headed guard rotation that's tearing teams apart.
And yeah, that's it, man. We really finna just see who's gonna win this series, man. And I'm not gonna lie, like I said, I have OKC in 7 or 6. You know, as long as we can contain Wemby, we're good. And as long as we can prey on Stephon Castle's jump shot, and I ain't gonna lie, bro, if Dylan Harper, he's probably gonna get his buckets either way, but as long as we can contain him, that's fine. You know, he's a 3-level scorer, so it's gonna be a little difficult, and he can play defense. So it's just gonna be a little interesting. But Mazin is leading you guys have in this series, but I got OKC in 7. I'm not gonna lie, we can contain Wemby. I feel like Chet can hold him, or we can send a double team with Hartenstein and we can leave Stephon Castle open for 3, and I'm standing 20 toes on that. Pause. See you guys in the next reaction video or the next video. MarMazin out.